What is up, YouTube? This is Tyrone Trinity, the Diesel Soldier, and today I know it's a little bit late, and I'm gonna show you guys my top 5 tools of 2020. Let's go. So, how I evaluate my tools to be the top 5 is the reliability on how often I use it. And the first one that I'm going to be on my list on this top 5 2020 tools is going to be the Astropneumatic of light. And I will link the part number below. And what I really like about this is that it's it is so versatile that you can use it from right here. You can use that. You can do that, and also you can do it dual. So when you're doing SCRs, it has a magnet right here, and you can just stick it right here on the top of the cab, and do your thing, start working. So, and also has this little clip that if it's a plastic or aluminum, it won't, this magnetic base will not stick, so you can just hang it somewhere. So it's really reliable to me, and this is the only light that I use most of the time, except for my stream light. But my stream light's flashlight, so can't really have that sticking somewhere unless you buy the little tool that holds the stream light. But this has been my go-to light, and that's why I made this top 5 list, because I use it so often. That is for that. So the next one's going to be my favorite ratchet, and that is the Mactool locking flex head ratchet. And the part number for this is BFR158LFV. So this has been my go-to ratchet to everything. I know we work on diesels, and you would think that you would use a lot of half-inch ratchets or even sockets, but we use a lot of 3/8, and this has been my go-to in 2020. But this currently has changed into a snap-on. It's that I will talk about later, but this has been my favorite reliable ratchet. It hasn't been warranted yet. I put a lot of torque on this, and I do have 2 of these, and this is the 15-inch, and I have the 18-inch. I will not try to get a 12-inch because I already have a 12-inch snap-on flex head, and that works well for me right now, and that is actually my go-to right now. But 2020, this has been my go-to. Let's go to the next tool. This tool deserves to be on the tool list because of reliability and dependability, and at the same time, it's got to be in the list when you're paying $550, and that is the Mactool swivel sockets. And this has been my go-to swivel sockets for doing SCRs, and most of the jobs that I do, I usually use the 13, and for the 15 for the brackets and the SCR, or sometimes the 16. 16 usually get used too, but the 10 from time to time gets used. But this has been my go-to sockets when I'm using an impact, and it hasn't break on me yet. I've used my new Mac impact on this 15, and I was hoping it would push it to the limit that it will break so I can warranty it, but you know what, it held up pretty well, and that's why it made this tool list, because I use this thing quite often, not every day, but really often too. And reliability is what makes a tool to be in your top 5 or your top 10. That is it for that. So the next one is going to be the most reliable ones that I have, and I use it mostly every day, and that is the Mactool's precision ratcheting wrench. And what I really like about this is not only the reliable and dependable, and it's also really mobile, that you can just bring it anywhere with you. If you're working on the yard, bring this the whole thing, and then, you know, get to working. And what I really like about this is that this thing bites really good, kind of like the Milwaukee's, if you look at it. And I will link the part number down below for this. But if you get a chance to buy this, either the Facom or the Mac ones, I would suggest getting one. This is actually a short, not a stubby wrench, but it works well for what I do. And that's why I made the top 5. Alright guys, so the last one on my list, and you know, you guys, this has been my favorite since ever it came out, and since I ever started, and that is the RBRT Star set. I know I said Star, not Torx, but Mac doesn't have, the RBRT line doesn't have the rights for the Torx. So this is my go-to, and I use this on my Impact. I warranted this already, if you guys have been watching my Instagram. And I've been using this on Impact, and it's been so reliable. And sometimes, like, I will be using the wrong size of the socket or Torx, and it will still work, and that's crazy, without rounding up the fastener. And the most use I have is the T30 and T40. So if you're a Freightliner or Mercedes-Benz mechanic, I would suggest getting this set, because this set is so reliable. I don't use the hex a lot because we don't have any hex. I'll only use the hex if I'm working on deck plates, and that's about it. But for most of the things in Cascadias and twos and the sprinters, this is the one to get, because it does the job, and it does the job really well. It's really reliable. You got to check on your Mac dealer though, because my Mac dealer is somewhat okay. So this pin right here, the T30, has been warranted twice already, and it's usually breaking like this side right here. So this thing, you don't have to do the old school way of doing Torx, but it's usually a good habit to, when you're using it, tap it so it's really in there. Because what the thing about the Torx is, if you don't have an even weight distribution on it, even if it's just a side, it can ride out the bolt. But this one doesn't do that. But then again, if you use it on an Impact, it can break out the side piece. So it's a good habit to get the tip of the Torx really in there, so you don't break it or you don't round the fastener. So that's about it for my top 5 tools of 2020. If you guys have any questions, just make your comment down below and help out my channel to reach 1,000, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So that is it for me. Again, this is Tyrone Trinity, the Diesel Soldier, and reminding you guys that knowledge is a tool. Use it wisely. Out.